We have Chris and Mylene Engle from Brazilian Jiu Jitsu. No, sorry.
Oh, girl. I'm really wearing our shirt.
Welcome back to Vegas Variety. Today we have Chris and Mylene Engle from Chris Engle Brazilian Jiu Jitsu. Hi, guys.
Hi, guys. Thanks for
Hi, guys.
Thanks for having us.
We kind of saw your
Profile.
When we looked up your profile and your website. We're like, wow.
Yeah. Mylene's. I've been riding her coattails this whole time.
How did you guys even get into Jiu Jitsu at the very beginning?
I've always been into martial arts and just sports and things like that. And so I had ran into an old football teammate. He also wrestled, so he's kind of like into that. And so he was like, hey, I started doing jiu-jitsu. And I was like, oh, what's that? And we just kind of talked about it, and he invited me, and that was kind of it. So just a friend kind of encouraged me.
How does jiu-jitsu differ from the other martial arts?
So jiu-jitsu is it's a grappling form. So it's kind of like wrestling, where the idea is like, all right, I'm going to pin the person to the mat or to the ground. That way, if you think about it, like I once heard it explained, think of like a rodeo where they tie up like a bull. Imagine trying to tie them up if like they were running around like standing still, right? So like it takes away a lot of the physical components out, right? You have someone pinned on the floor, they can't use like their athleticism or speed. So you learn how to take the person down and kind of pin and control the person using like leverage and your body weight. But kind of similar to wrestling or maybe judo. But what makes it kind of different is you really learn how to fight off of your back. Actually be offensive off of your back, which is great obviously for self-defense, for smaller people. Obviously great for, women's self-defense if someone's trying to attack you and put you on your back.
That's why I liked it, because I moved here when I was like 18, 19, and I moved here alone, me and my sister, and I was like, I need to get into something. And I always liked wrestling growing up. I always liked UFC. And actually my friend Casey, who also, she's a member, she did it before me. And we were at someone's birthday, and they're like, Mylene, you should try jiu-jitsu. They basically said, just try it in the house. And they all, one by one, attacked me. I one by one kind of got them off of me, and they were just kind of like, you should try it. I'm like, sure.
So yeah, we were talking about that, like, the benefits of, there was this article that Christine saw about the benefits of, working out in groups, working out with a team.
Jiu-jitsu is awesome. I mean, of course, like the benefits that are somewhat obvious, right? Like, so exercising, self-defense. What I noticed the most, that I actually enjoyed the most about it was like the teammates, which, I always played team sports, but it's different because it's an individual sport, but then with teammates. You get as good as you want to be, realistically, right? It doesn't depend on like, okay, I'm one person out of like 11 people on a football field. I can try as hard as I can, but if the other 10 kind of aren't on the same page, I thought jiu-jitsu was cool because as hard as I want to work is how good I'm going to get, but then also have a team.
I feel like they always call it like jiu-jitsu lifestyle. I didn't realize it was going to change my life like that much. I wasn't confident at all when I first started, but now it's like, I was too scared to like talk to people. But I think with jiu-jitsu, it kind of helps you not only physically, but like mentally, because they call it like the human chess game. Like a lot of things in your mind, it really is literally like a puzzle. So for me, it helped me in that aspect as far as being able to calm my insides down, but and organizing my thoughts and being able to be so small, walking into a gym with, sometimes I'm the only girl when I started, and being able to like throw a guy as big as Chris, but with the proper technique. I think that's like the benefit of it, because it does benefit you not only physically, but mentally. And being small is not like a bad thing, or it's not going to hinder you. Sports like football or basketball, like you have to be kind of, stocky or tall or fast or athletic, where you don't have to be athletic at all. And that's why I like it, So
I remember there was a time when you, a while ago, you got into like a major, from what I remember, it was a pretty bad accident. So how did that, play a role in jiu-jitsu?
Yes, 2012, I got in a huge car accident. I was a blue belt at that time. The whole time I was in the hospital, I was thinking, how am I going to get better to get back on the mat? And the doctor said I can't walk for 2 months. I can't do jiu-jitsu for a year.
Oh,
wow.
was just devastated because it was my stress relief. It was the place where I went to, you know, detangle everything that's in my mind, you know, like church. So I would go with him. So the way I handled it was I would go with him. He would take me to jiu-jitsu and I would sit on my wheelchair and I would watch. And I was depressed. I went to 3 classes and I'm not gonna lie, I went through depression for a little bit because I was just here watching and I was seeing all these people make all these horrible mistakes. I'm just kidding. No, I was watching them doing all these, you know, doing jiu-jitsu and I couldn't do anything. So what I did is I told him to pick me up and drop me to the gym before work, like 6 a.m. And I said, and of course I don't have a car. I said, don't pick me up until you get off of work. So I was stuck in the gym for 9 hours on my leg. And I would have my physical therapist come there, meet me there. I would take spin classes, water classes, anything. So I got back to jiu-jitsu, like drilling after 5 months. And I was still limping, but I did what I can.
What they say, like a year, I think, before you're supposed to do sports?
Yeah, a year.
So one more question, ask her how long you're to run a half marathon.
How to run a half marathon?
Okay.
It was like 6 months after.
Okay, wait.
Oh my God.
No.
6 months after your accident, you
I have to throw that out there. I'm sorry to
ran a half marathon?
to put her on the spot.
Okay. So
No, thank you, Chris. Thank you.
You are a legend, Mylene.
no.
Yeah.
When you don't have your legs, when you don't have anything, you know, you realize how much you take it for granted. When I got in the accident, when I didn't have my legs, I mean, I needed help to go pee. I needed help to wash my hair, everything, to get up, to sit down. When I didn't have legs, I told myself, oh my gosh, when I get my legs back, I'm gonna run. I don't run, you know? I never ran a marathon or, you know, and so I told myself I'm gonna do it. And then within that same year, I ran a marathon, I think 12 point whatever miles it is.
Oh, wow.
I didn't stop. That was my goal. Me and my girlfriend, I said, we run, but we don't stop. So the last mile, I was running, my shoelaces were untied, and
Oh my gosh.
just keep going. We didn't go fast, but we didn't stop running. And that was the one thing that and I think jiu-jitsu helped me with that. You know, I don't want to feel like, oh, it's because I broke my leg. But I think jiu-jitsu played a big role in that mentality.
That's pretty awesome. Is that something that you guys teach to your students? Is that your mission statement for the whole business? Or what do you guys want to accomplish?
Anything worth it's going to take some time. And so, but you stick through it and all that, you know, I think you really develop as a person for sure. So I think that really that's kind of the mission, is just to kind of provide a place that they can experience it like we did. You know, it's like, who knows where it could take you. I mean, we met each other. I ended up, you know, learning about church and all that kind of stuff through jiu-jitsu. So
when people walk in, I just always want them to feel comfortable and safe, and being able to see them when they walk in, and then years after, like seeing how much they've grown as far as like their confidence and just the way they hold themselves is the best feeling, I feel like. I mean, I have kids that come in, they won't even touch the mat, they cry, they slump down, like, then in a month they're just like
Confident.
making friends.
so confident, you know, and I feel that that's really, really important.
That's what I love about you guys, like your heart. I remember when we were looking for what to do for our kids, right? We were like, oh, we're not sporty people. People keep talking about doing martial arts. People talk about doing sports. And then someone told me, you know, about you guys. And then we went in there, and just your guys' energy, like how you guys talk to the class, just your personality sold us. We didn't even know nothing about this. It didn't look scary. You're just so motivating for your students, and you make them feel like they can do anything. Those are amazing.
They can.
Appreciate it.
It's because they can. It's
because of you guys, though.
Because that's we that's a big thing that we hold dearly. Like that, I want to separate us from different gyms in Vegas. Being able for people to walk in and feel, oh, it's not that bad.
Yeah. We actually have a lot of females in class, just with, you know, you saw Coach Mylene's all her accolades and stuff. But no, we actually get a lot of females, and it's really cool because like they have no idea how strong they actually are.
It's amazing.
Like
how strong
unbelievable, actually. It's like a lot of the girls in class, like, and a lot of them are like really lightweight.
Smaller than me.
Really.
And that's why I feel like women, I mean, guys are amazing too, but even being a teacher and being a student, because I'm both at the same time, I noticed that women, when I start teaching women, they get it faster, they accomplish more, and they are a little bit more successful because they don't have the strength to compensate. They have to do the technique the way it's taught and really focus on all the angles and everything to allow a small person to pick up someone that's bigger. And speaking of, women, that's the one thing that lacked in Vegas was the women community in Jiu-Jitsu. So 3 years ago, I started this all women's open mat called Rowdy Rollers. And what it is I invite all the girls all over the Vegas Valley, and it's open to California and anywhere really. The goal was to gather up all the girls and have a space for everyone to feel comfortable and roll with each other, not tournament style. Luckily, I'm sponsored by Fuji, which is a kimono brand,
Makes the uniforms and like.
Oh, okay.
I pitched to them what my idea was, and they were on board. And so they mail, every time I have an event, they mail me keys and shirts.
Cool though, Rowdy Rollers offers like a chance. Like I noticed a lot of the girls would bring their girlfriends, or maybe the guys would be like, hey, ask their wives, like, you should try it, go to Rowdy Rollers.
Or give them an experience that I didn't get, when I had 2 girls on the mat, I was giddy. I was like, yes, Now Jiu-Jitsu has grown that you do have quite a bit of girls on the mat. But when I started, it was not like that. And that's what I wanted to provide for them. And to be able to walk into a gym with even 10 girls is amazing. And these events that I hold, they're 50 to 75 girls on the mat.
I think I read a review that you were a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu legend.
No.
Yeah,
it's true.
We did read that,
Yeah.
Yeah, no, you know what? It's. Want me to tell?
Yeah.
She doesn't like telling stories about herself. One of her more recent tournaments, she actually full on broke her foot. She stepped backwards, the person pushed her, and she landed on top of her. Broke it. And she just was like,
first 30 seconds.
Yeah, the first 30 seconds of the match, she was like, I think I'll be okay. She tried to stand up, but she just fell back to the floor because her foot broke out. And we're like, okay, well, let's get some ice and go to the doctor. And she's like, no, I'll finish my match.
The ref said no, the medic said no, but
she's like, just let me do it. And they're like, all right, you're a black belt. We're gonna let you make that choice. Don't hurt it worse. And she just
Finished.
And tackled the girl off of her feet, got a takedown, and ended up winning the match. And it's just
oh my god,
stuff like that.
That's amazing. You are a champion.
You are a legend. Okay, for our viewers who want to check you guys out, you want to mention your website. Where can we find you?
Yeah, so we are in the corner of Sunset and Green Valley Parkway. It's 2871 North Green Valley Parkway, Henderson, Nevada 89014. And our website is www.cebjj.net. And our Facebook, our Facebook is Chris Engle Jiu-Jitsu, and our Instagram is Chris Engle
Jiu-Jitsu.
BJJ.
Perfect. I love that he just looks at you and you're like, okay, yeah, I get it.
Yeah. and he's so polite. He'll just let you finish what you're saying, even though you're wrong.
I'll tell you a story. It's really fast. So she was working out one time. They were doing a little weight training circuit, and we're like, Mylene, how do you not get tired? And she goes, this is the best story because it shows them what your mind is like. Not get tired. She's like, I do. I get tired when everyone else does. She's like, why would you stop? We were like, oh, that makes sense. No, but in a tough way where it's her mental over her physical. No, that doesn't make you feel like crap. It's a good story. Just how focused and
Gosh.
No, but it was to us. It wasn't to. It was to me, but it was.
Aw, you guys are.
It was
so
in a way to where it was it wasn't in a cocky way or anything like that. It was more of just kind of mind over matter, it's
right.
I'm tired too,
right.
Not saying, oh, I never get tired. It's I am tired, but I just don't stop. Part of jiu-jitsu where you're so much stronger than your brain you are.
Yeah.
She's just the shining example of just kind of mind over matter,
Determined.
Well, my dad always told me, I don't care what it is you do, just be the best in everything. Whether it's a server or waitress or whatever it is that you do, you be the best in that. And that's kind of what pushed me, my dad that said that. And jiu-jitsu because I walked in there thinking I can't do anything.
Yeah.
But I'm telling you, jiu-jitsu made me feel physically and mentally that I could do anything.
Sure.
You know, so, and you know, that's why I have that mentality. Trust me, I was not like this at all.
Well, thank you for sharing. It's beautiful.
So you
Thanks for
guys,
having us.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you for joining us, and we're truly inspired by everything. Like I said earlier, here I am thinking I'm going to learn something about jiu-jitsu, and I learned so much more. So thank you for being with us.
Thank you.
you.
Thank you, guys.
You guys take
Appreciate
care,
it.
and we'll see you.
You too.
Bye. So hi guys, Anna and Christine here. We were so inspired by Chris and Mylene's interview last night that we came here to their gym and to check it all out.
Which it is closed, but they decided to open up just to show us some moves. So let's go check it out.
Straight across, you're gonna cup the wrist. You're gonna rotate your knuckles to point towards the person. The reason for that is if I grab like this, she's gonna pull her hand away. But if I grab and turn, you have a split second where she can't like pull her arm back. She can pull it out, but most people don't want to like expose. Okay, so try and pull your wrist to your belt. So it's like blocked. If I was like this, it just comes out. So grab, you're gonna rotate. Okay, you're gonna have a staggered stance. So not here, you're gonna be kind of ready. You're gonna rotate, cup behind the arm. Okay, all you're gonna do is kind of push your hand towards the belt. You're gonna pull the shoulder at about a 45 just across your body.
Like a lawnmower.
And remember, we're not as strong as them, so we have to move ourselves to go behind them. So as I pull, I'm gonna step behind and lock my hands. Now I have behind the person, there's a lot of different takedowns you can do. Okay, so one of them is lock the foot, hit the person to the mat.
So like
Rotate,
perfect.
grab your tricep.
Yep.
Now,
Wait. Yep.
pull this all across. As you pull, you're gonna use it almost like, like slingshot yourself to her back. And step, boom, yep, hug her hips. Nice, and now scoot your legs back, good, get heavy. Scoot your elbows. Nice. Got her.
As always, at the end of every show, we like to give our gifts to you. But since we're here with Chris and Mylene, why not have them give their gift to all of you? Exactly.
All right, so I guess the one thing I would say, whether it's jiu-jitsu or any part of your life, really try and do the best that you can at whatever you're doing. And don't compare yourself to other people. Try and compare yourself to who you were maybe yesterday or the week before. And so really just try and improve yourself. Don't look at other people as your measuring stick. Just, I guess, look back and just always try and improve. You don't have to be perfect, but just little, I guess it's the journey towards that perfection that really help you strive in whatever you do. So don't give up.
And that goes for anything in life. Like just whatever it is that is put in front of you, just be the best that you could be in that one thing.
Nice, thank you. Thank you so much, guys, for
Thank you,
allowing
guys.
us again
Of course,
to
thank you.
extend your time. Maybe next time I'll do that.
Close out?
Yeah, thank you so much for joining us in another episode of Vegas Variety, for allowing us to add a variety into your life and a little bit of that Vegas hospitality. We'll see you again next time. Take care.
Thank you.